Wait, literally. Whoa! Chevy pulled the video down off of their YouTube channel as I was making this video. But luckily for me, I downloaded it because I kind of had a feeling that would happen.
I'm so impressed.
So we have some pretty big automotive industry drama, and it's unfolding right under our fingertips. It's not some random presenter arguing with some other random presenter. It's not that small. It's not even on a Jeremy Clarkson punching a producer in the face level. Two of the biggest automakers in the industry going at one another, and it looks like one of them has forfeited. So basically, the concept here is that Chevrolet put out a commercial that Toyota saw to be factually inaccurate, and they came at them here. You guys know those real-life people commercials. Those are probably some of the worst commercials in the industry. I think, as a whole, car commercials suck, and we're going to dive into this commercial in depth here in a minute after I give you the synopsis of what happened, because I just think they're so terrible and so insulting to us as consumers. Basically, what happened was GM had these 4 cars lined up. They all had car covers on them. The first cover was a Ford cover, and underneath that cover, they had a Honda cover and a Toyota cover, and they would pull the first cover off or leave the first cover on and say, what do you guys, these random people who own Fords, Hondas, and Toyotas, what do you think is the most reliable car? And these idiots that they pick would go, oh, there's a Ford cover back there, so it's probably a Ford. They pull the Honda cover off, and it's a Toyota cover. And the people are like, yo, bro, I knew it. The one guy even starts dancing. Like, bro, why are you dancing in a room full of strangers? You're not an actor, though. You're not, okay? And they start freaking out, and these people are basically the biggest idiots in the world. And then the cover comes off again, and lo and behold, there's a Chevrolet sitting underneath of it. Chevy's like, yo, we got the industry on lock. We are the most reliable car company, even more so than Toyota and Honda and all these other companies that you think are reliable. But that might have been a slight bias twist on the truth. Basically, what happened is, usually in the industry, companies who want to prove or say that their cars do a certain thing will go, yeah, we got these awards from J.D. Power, which is something that GM does in other commercials, J.D. Power or Consumer Reports or some other third-party, well-known, unbiased company. I honestly don't even like those sources either, because these stats can be easily cherry-picked to make any company look good. The marketing team, I would presume, goes out and they sanction a third-party research report to try and prove what they want to prove. This survey, whoa, it finds that GM is the most reliable. Who would have thought that? Now you might be saying, Clyde, this company is a third-party company, and they found this through doing research. What's the problem here? Well, the problem is that no matter what the company is, if you have somebody coming to you as big as Chevrolet with millions of dollars, do you think you're really going to kick back a report to them that says, yeah, we couldn't do anything to prove that you were reliable, so sorry, but thanks for the money? No, absolutely not. I'm not calling this company immoral. I'm not calling them a liar. I honestly don't know anything about the situation, but this is the conflict of interest. That's why these companies don't go out and do this and just use these well-known. That's why Consumer Reports and J.D. Power exist. Toyota hit up GM. There was an email leaked to Jalopnik that explained why Toyota was upset with this. And Toyota, you are probably the biggest offender in all of making up some bullshit and skating in between the lines in all of advertising. So this is the pot calling the kettle black, but we'll get into that in a second too after we analyze this commercial. Essentially, the email that leaked was to Toyota managers or employees or something, to dealerships. And they were like, yo, look, Chevy's got this commercial. It's coming out. It's been out in early January on the NFL, Golden Globes, 60 Minutes, all these big-time spots with lots of traffic, and they explain what the commercial is, what I just told you, and they say that they make reliability claims based on a single limited survey commissioned by Chevy itself. Further, the email continues, the commercial ignores the results of thorough and independent consumer research conducted by reputable consumer groups over many years, such as Consumer Reports. Time and time again, multiple third-party studies have concluded that Toyota brands top the charts in reliability. Might be true. I think it probably is true as far as those sources go. It says that Toyota contacted Chevrolet to challenge the claim, and Chevy agreed to pull the ad. I guess, I don't know if you can take it another step and say that they admitted fault or admitted that they were wrong by pulling it, but that's what happened. So, essentially, Toyota called them out, and they were like, yeah, we'll get rid of the ad. Now, let's dig into the actual ad. Kind of dissect this thing real quick. I think there's some funny things here.
Toyota owners together today.
So, oh, is this video unavailable? Wait, literally, whoa! As I'm making this video, GM pulled the video, like Chevy pulled the video. Actually, you just heard like the 2 seconds of audio there. Chevy pulled the video down off of their YouTube channel as I was making this video. But luckily for me, I downloaded it because I kind of had a feeling that would happen.
Hey guys, thanks for coming today. We brought Ford, Honda, and Toyota owners together today to talk about...
First thing I noticed, just a couple of seconds into this, is that everybody is kind of perfectly dressed and perfectly generic. In the first clip, we have 2 women and 2 men, 2 black people, I think. They look black, and 2 white people, I would presume. They look like these are your representative average Americans, and we're supposed to believe this. They're not actors. They make sure that you know they're not actors.
Reliability.
Cool.
Who are the Ford owners?
Me.
Who's a Honda owner? And you guys have Toyotas.
Yes.
Ford owners, would you be surprised to hear that Ford is the most reliable car company?
No, it doesn't surprise me. Basically, everyone in my family has a Ford.
Very reliable.
Well, actually, it's not Ford.
What?
Are you guys surprised it's Honda?
No. Honda's reliable.
No, we're not surprised it's Honda, but, you know, we also have no idea that there's more sheets underneath there.
Well, actually, Honda is not the most reliable.
Really? How? What? Toyota.
Okay, I want to point this out real quick. Oh, man. After they pull off the sheet and it switches to Toyota, this one younger black dude with the red jacket on here starts doing a Fortnite dance. Now, if these are supposed to be non-actors and just completely random owners of cars, what do you think the percentage chance is that there's somebody who's going to just start dancing for this reason in a room full of strangers?
I mean, I knew in my heart Toyota is one of the best brands out there.
It's actually not Toyota either.
Chevy.
Oh my God, it's Chevy.
You had me bragging.
Based on a recent nationwide survey, Chevy is more reliable than Toyota, Honda, and Ford.
Wow.
I never would have thought. I'm so impressed.
I don't care where the survey came from or who did it. I am just so impressed. I, a random average American person who Chevrolet thinks represents the mass majority of their buyers, am so impressed by this survey that you gave me no details about. At the end of the day, we kind of tore this thing apart a little bit, and GM did screw up by doing this, but this just goes to show you that literally anybody can make any claim in a commercial based on any kind of research that doesn't even have to be accurate. I'm sure that they went the extra step to do the third party, hire the third party company just because they wanted to have that extra layer of separation to try and make it look as objective, or to honestly try and make it as objective as possible while still trying to prove this point. But it just ended up backfiring on them big time. But this is done across the board in advertising. It's really bad. Like, you go to, I'm pretty sure that almost every car company is honestly guilty in some way of taking the facts and twisting them to their own advantage. The kind of last point here to prove that everybody does this is just on the flip side. Toyota's always trying to say they are so American when they are not. Toyota, well, they might have plants here. They might have a couple of branches here. They might have a Toyota USA. They are a Japanese company. They should embrace that. GM should embrace their patriotism, which they don't do anymore because it just doesn't seem like a cool thing to do in advertising for some reason. Unless you're Toyota and you want to make your Japanese company. Like, I think appreciating car culture from around the world is awesome. Like, appreciating these cars from Japan or these cars from Europe is a great thing. But Toyota, because they realize that a lot of Americans are incredibly gullible, they hang their American flags all over everything, and they make their Tundra pull a spaceship with an American flag on it, and then everybody goes, oh, we'll just completely forget about all of Toyota corporate in Japan that takes the lion's share of the money, and we'll accept these little mirages that make it look like Toyota is somewhat of an American company. Advertising sucks. That commercial sucks. That's what I think. It's a twisted truth, but this one might have been kind of dissected and caught as it's not an industry norm, but even when they play by the rules and do the industry norms, these commercials are just downright like bending the truth and skirting around things, barely staying within the lines and telling the truth, but a truth that is based on something that doesn't even really matter. So, long story short, I think commercials should go back to the way that they were, in the 90s and 2000s. They promoted that masculine truck thing. Everybody's also sensitive these days, so those commercials probably wouldn't fly, but I think they were cool. I think they were the best commercials. Anyways, that's all I got to say about this. GM, I love you guys, but this was just one that you're going to want to put behind you. So let me know what you guys think about this commercial. Let me know what you guys think about Toyota acting like they're American. Anyways, I'm off to, I think we're going to pick up some paint and lighting and stuff like that, just so you guys don't have to look at a white wall with just TVs leaning against the wall anymore. And these videos will be a little bit more spicy. So I will catch you guys next time. Peace.